Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Reentry, an Orbital Simulator here on the Lord Master channel as we continue the first campaign of Orbital Survival as part of Project Mercury as it was at that time, in which you already did interior inspection and as well as the other mission with the redstone that launched me to suborbit. And now, since that time, astronaut Patrick successfully followed a secondary Mercury Redstone mission to verify its objectives. The USSR orbited a cosmonaut. It's time to catch up with their achievements. So we'll be going orbital. So this next mission will be about Atlas. After a lot of failed tests, the Mercury Atlas launch vehicle is finally considered ready for crewed flight. Being far more powerful than a redstone, it is capable of inserting an astronaut into orbit. I mean, in case if you saw one of my previous videos, which I did just that, but that was a scenario. But this time, this is for real, as part of the campaign here. So that's what this video is going to be about, knowing that we're in for a long haul, as it's how orbit is. So let's go for it. Alright, you got 10 minutes till launch. Lord Master, 10 minutes till launch. We are ready for external power removal. When ready, please execute the switch to full internal power checklist. Go to the mission briefing. I'll reach out that in 5 minutes. A 2-orbit mission. Ooh, as I said before, we're in for a long haul. Evaluate the effects of spaceflight. Roger. Take the astronauts' opinions on operational suitability of the spacecraft systems. And exercise and evaluate further performance of the Mercury Worldwide Network. So things to do on Orbit 1 and Orbit 2. And it's expected to be a near 3-hour flight. Alright. Switch to full internal power. Simply tell those folks to say, hey, give me internal power. Disconnect launch vehicle from your biblical power. You're now in internal power. Thank you very much. And we'll hear you again in a few minutes, as I will check a few things, because there's some things going on with my phone in real life, with all these notifications I'm getting. So there is time for that. So as I have said before, that that this would be a video series with these campaigns and such, that it would be on a playlist right now for here on the Lord Master channel. So this would be concurrent with the ongoing other different video series that will also be concurrent, as I stated before, here on this channel as well, such as Crusader Kings 3 and GTA 5, which we'll be getting back to that. and such. There's plenty of things to do. And of course I also have to be mindful to check the weather outside in real life for me, because these last few days of recording, we just kept dodging some rainstorms, and so that way I wouldn't want to, get distracted by the bad weather and everything. It's not the winter, it's the regular old thunderstorms. I mean, I live in South Texas, mind you. Texas winter is different, especially South Texas winter, where it's not always snowy. Sometimes it's just rain, rain, rain. Again, I'm not going to increase the time scale, just let it go naturally. Unless they tell me to, because I'm the kind of person who just, is by the book and everything. What else do I have to say? Oh, probably not very much. Other than, well, just make sure everything's fine here, and as well as in this spacecraft, and among other things. Oh, and what else do I have in mind before I really put my mind on the mission? Because, one would think you viewers, whether if you're long-time subscribers of mine or you're new to my channel, or even somebody who watches videos of this game for a living, just say, don't worry, I take things seriously. It's just, my personality is quite like that in many other different videos. Even I'm more serious than others, depending on the game I'm playing, what my mindset's on. T-minus 5 minutes. 5 minutes to launch before the final checklist. You got it, pal. What? 1 second. Okay. Ready to launch. Perform radial test on UHF. Lord Master will read you 5x5 on UHF. Verify times 0 button, cover remove. It's there, obviously. And switch to battery 1. No, this way. Huh. Okay. Squibs arm. Auto retrojet arm. Okay, minus 30 seconds. Go to the descent checklist. And then if on Atlas, then you gotta go to this checklist. Run this. Run that. Run this. And then that. I just want to get ahead of time out of everything there. So let me read the briefing again. So Orbit 1, after insertion to the orbit checklist, to provide a core functionality onto the control system by tracking the launch vehicle. When we reach the coast of Africa, you'll take manual control and yaw the spacecraft into a prograde attitude. When reaching the Indian Ocean, you will enter the night side of Earth. With this transition, you will perform the dark side checklist and observe the sunset. And it will cross Australia during the night. When crossing, you will come observe the city lights visible. Over the Pacific, you will observe the sunrise before crossing the US. And then on Orbit 2, you will be planning for retrograde with a splashdown to Atlantic. And the plan is 2 hours and plan retro. Look at here. Time for retrograde is exactly going to be 2 hours and 58 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, sounds easy enough, one would think, based on past experience. As I'm checking a few other things in real life before we launch, as well as my own physical well-being. T minus 2 minutes. I'm awake. You know what's another thing? I'm just gonna make this wiser, Mark. You know what else they should have had on one's checklist? Even though it's not official on checklist, but I would put it on my own checklist. I mean, there is a possibility. Let me look at that. Yeah, the yet part of the checklist. This is, oh yeah, you forgot one little task. Check if your flashlight's working. Flashlight's on and flashlight off. So therefore, there's batteries in the flashlight. That's just me being a wise ass, alright? So T minus 1 minute to launch. We are go for launch. So again, this is the Atlas rocket. It's more powerful than the Redstone, which the Redstone took me up to solar orbit. But now I am due to go to 2 orbits. I only done 1 orbit on all the past missions, even before I started recording videos. Minute 90 seconds. Good luck, Lord Master. T minus 20 seconds. And also I had lunch earlier, so it was good eating earlier before I started recording. Okay, doke.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Roger, the clock is operating. We're underway. Loud and clear. Roger, we're programming and roll okay. A little bumpy along about here. Roger. Stand by for 20 seconds. Roger. 2, 1, mark.
Well, clock is running. Altitude is ascending. As it should be. So far, so good. Cabin pressure. It should hold at 5.5 as it should. Yep, around there. There goes the booster. I see it dropping the G's. Roger. How's this rocket compared to the Redstone? Sure feels bigger. Picked up some vibrations earlier, but getting real smooth now.
Edison power is green.
Power is gone. Roger. We say VACL on. The sustainer will complete the job. Please complete the VACL checklist. the capsule is green. Be patient. The engine cut off, and then the cap should separate automatically. There it is.
Rico. Lots of crates fired. Okay.
Cap set. Roger. Once turnout is complete, please perform the orbit checklist. Roger. We'll do the orbit checklist once the turnaround is complete, of course. There you are. Alright, deselect, switch to main. Landing bag off. We are checking orbit data. We are go for orbit. Use the fly-by-wire system to manually track the launch vehicle through the windows. Your notice. 1 second. Yeah. Roger. See you at CYI. Normally I would just flip that fly-by-wire switch, but there's more to it than that. So, go through this. Under fly-by-wire, and then use hand controller to desired altitude or attitude. But keep in mind, we're using automatic auto fuel rather than manual because it's not full manual. So yeah, perform fly-by-wire. Then when you reach the coast of Africa, take manual control, and then yaw the spacecraft to appropriate attitude. Remember that. I'll increase the time scale in a moment. Although you should check all the instruments though. Cabin pressure is assured. Cabin air is at 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Sensor temperature is 120 degrees. Steam vents 50. Soot temperature is 88, I believe, 89. And PSI is 5.57 is the cabin pressure. Cabin O2 is at 1. And oxygen levels A-OK. At least the primary is one you should be looking at. DC volts as it should be. DC amps there. Now the AC volts, let me get down and have a look at that. 110. Remember to make notes of all of these. You got that? Take a drink. Speed it up. This is at 5 times speed. Green went away. It took a while, since it's already long gone. 10 times speed. Yeah, CYI. That's the thing we're supposed to make contact with in a moment, so we can know what we're going for reference. But it's coming soon. Okay, I actually stopped on time. CY in range. We get telemetry indicating that battery 2 is faulty. Please verify. If so, shut it down for now. Battery 2 is faulty. That's strange. Is there any way there's a check that relates to battery? Emergency procedure regarding battery. Actually, hang on. Roger, we'll shut it down. Oh, that battery. What? Accidentally touched the thruster a bit. Hang on, give me a moment. Let me reach out here. Battery 2 is offline. How do we proceed? Continue as planned. We still have the other 2 main batteries, as well as the standby battery. Keep an extra eye on those batteries for the rest of the mission. If another fails, we will do an early retrograde. Roger, will do. Turning to the objectives. Switch to fly-by-wire and rotate the spacecraft to prograde attitude. Switching to fly-by-wire, which I kind of did already. Roger, set the gyros to free. Gyros to free. Using little fuel as possible, slowly maneuver to yaw at 180 degrees and maintain prograde attitude. Maintain until ZZB, using pitch only. Pitch up and down to observe Africa as it fades from brown to green. The yaw there. I want to see what ZZB out in Zanzibar. That's what we're referring to. Okay. Although, to be real honest, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Use a little fuel as possible. Don't go crazy with it. Just trying to roll it into place. Easy, Tiger. Remember, yaw at 180 degrees. Stop. 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 Around there, yes. And what'd you say that you need to pitch to? Using pitch only, pitch up and down. That was over Africa. Yeah. So keep it around. Doesn't say at on me. You can't do it really precise with that. Use pitch to observe it up and down. But remember, there's a thing called battery check. Should have taken note of that. Turn a little. Tap, 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 tap. There you go. We'll increase the time scale a bit soon. I'm just trying to think of something to say real quick. As I check my phone in real life, everything looks fine. Let's just look at something up. The yaw is at 180 perfectly. Okay. So now, it's a wonder how the way I talk right now, it's where I'm not so upbeat or serious or anything like that. That's pretty much the Lord Master Astronaut voice here, unless something occurs. I mean, my voice, it's kind of like that too when I play Crusader Kings, even though sometimes I had to role play and be the character, so to speak. But for me, it's just, guess it's just how I am. But obviously, in some areas like Oregon Trail, I'm a little more upbeat and whatever. But let's not talk too much about myself or my plans. Just roll it back now. Just tap up it on a roll, then once you get it precise, you got it. Easy. Alright. Now, time scale. Wait, where are we? Again, Zanzibar's over there, so let's increase that time scale a bit. That down a little. Down. Down, down, down. Hang on. Go to normal speed. There you go. Just had to give it a little nudge. Since we got a faulty battery in here, so hope that doesn't lead it. Actually, hang on. Switch back to normal speed just for a brief while. Volts, you should be looking at those. Which, despite the fact that I turned off one of the batteries, everything looks okay on the amps and the volts. You know, I turned one of them off. A lot of time. Okay. Now 10 times speed. quit abusing the fuel. It doesn't go down like that when you're in this speed. So if you're going to make adjustments, just do it like that. And roll it back. Y'all's being nuts right now. Okay, calm down, will you? I was just looking at this down there. I'm like, what the hell's the matter with this thing? Because this thing keeps tumbling, you know, down that way. Like every time I go there, it wants to go that way. Getting inaccurate readings. Either that or, as a result of, you know, using that time scale, and you were just abusing the thrusters a little. So be careful with that. Don't use too much auto fuel. Unless you want to switch it manual if you're that paranoid. And obviously you see my mouse cursor, that's Lake Victoria over there. So, let's go, 10 times speed. We'll be in contact with Zanzibar soon. There we go. Zanzibar reads you. The sustainer should be somewhere below you. Then we'll move ahead of you in lower orbit. Use the checklist to switch to manual propulsion and track the sustainer. Roger, we'll try to locate and track it. See what iOS. iOS. Hang on, man. What do you mean by sustainer? As we are moving into night now. Also, just in case I don't, you know, try to do, you know, what I'm supposed to be doing. So, menu out. Auxiliary on. Alright, command. Although I can pull all of these. And this is where it gets nuts. Huh. And you say locate the sustainer? Get in range of the radio station. iOS. 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 Is that it, or is that IOB? That's what it says. No, it's iOS. Just had to look closer. So for now, manual flight only. No using fuel. And of course, this does not also mean that I can well correctly. So that's when this, you know, little adjustments can be a little more chaotic. Although you should turn around and see the sunset. Turn fast. There's the sun. Just wanted to have a look at that. Line it up. Line it up right. Tap, tap, tap. There we go. So you're not using auto fuel anymore. You just have to pull all these switches and set to manual, then it will only use manual fuel. Just don't abuse the system too much. And of course, when it gets dark, you're going to have to go through the pre-dark checklist unless they tell me otherwise. Yeah. Oh, you actually do that at iOS and Indian Ocean. That's what that means. That. And again, we got one faulty battery, so it's not a total loss of this spacecraft. I mean, heaven forbid should anything else happen during this flight, because that's the first time that they've warned me about something. Speaking of which, are we still in radio contact? Curious, just curious. Battery check. Battery 2 is at 0%, which is definitely a sign that it's broken or something happened to it. But everything else looks fine. Just wanted to make sure of that. Just wanted to keep my eye on the sun, so I don't get to lose its view when we get the sunset, and then we'll turn this craft around and then wait till we're out of contact. Then we'll head to iOS. Get down a little. I was in the middle of checking something else, real life stuff. Hang on. Clock is still running. A little. Just watching both. Tiny taps. Move your head up a little. And enjoy the sunset, people. For you, those watching the video. While trying to keep this damn thing stable. Well, this damn thing is going to save your life should anything else happen to me. Anyways. I know parents would tell you not to look directly at the sun, but you can't help to look at the fascination of this sunset while in orbit. There it is. It's gone. Out of radio contact, obviously. And I guess those lights below me is Madagascar. Yeah, is Madagascar. Right? Yeah, just let it turn slowly, as we'll increase the time scale just a little bit, so we can, you know, get back to contact. Okay, it went back to normal speed. OS reads you return to retrograde altitude 0, 0, 0. Y'all left till you can observe the sun. Track it until sunset. Now complete the pre-dock checklist. Ignore the RCS check. See you at let me see, which is over there. Turn to retrograde attitude. So 0, 0, 0. That's what they're referring to. Okay. Ignore the RCS check. Give me a moment. So in other words, yeah, get it back up to 0. It'll take a while until I figure out my bearings and everything. Oh there, oh there. Now, Fitch, look down to retrograde attitude. Around there. Come on, this way. Gotta be approximate rather than exact. And a roll to get it back up to place, I think. Because I think, up there's top roll. And then stop. Just roll a tiny bit there, and then you got it. I didn't do this back then, but it took me a while to figure out what is 0, 0, 0. And that's out. Come on. I mean, it doesn't have to be precise all the time, but it has to be around it, right? Okay. So yeah, you got it. Can't really see the Mercury Spacecraft other than you can make out the outline, a figure of it. Check everything though. Trying to get the pitch back up to 0. Or is that the no, turning that way does the Damn it, Lord Master, are you forgetting a few things? No, up, up. There, go. Now, roll it back to place a little bit, and then you got it. And now, tiny tap. Well, at least you know how to make adjustments. There. You can roll back to place for now. You don't have to maintain all the time, and you can use, auto, and it'll do that for you. But I just prefer to keep it manual to make it look like I'm actually working. Go down a little. You don't have to be such a... there's a word for it. A perfectionist, yes. Don't have to be like that all the time, but a little bit does. And I recall I was supposed to do something else. You are on the night side of the Earth, so form a dark side checklist after I was fiddling around with that. So, now cabin lights, which is the red. And the red scope filter on. Oh, wait a minute. Has that periscope actually ever been deployed at all? Am I crazy? Hang on. My goodness. I didn't deploy that damn thing at all. Well, anyways. Then again, just can't see really stuff out there. But anyways. The warning night stuff brightness for left. No need for a flight checklist. I know what it's like. It's a bit off again. Let me make one little more adjustment to 000, and then we'll increase the time scale and make contact with the next radio station. Hold on. Are we in contact? No, not yet, because I heard a little thing, but that ain't it. So, okay then. Let's get it on. Time scale to 10. And, shortly. Welcome to Australia. Might be hard to see anything during the night. But try to observe the lights, then try to take a rest. We will wake you up at gym. That's gym. It's way over there. They tell me to go to sleep. Roger. Sounds like a good plan. This is Blackjack 1 signing off. Over. I've come to the realization I'm upside down. So this is that's the roll zero's actually down there this whole time. What the hell? I've been upside down this whole time. Turn it around. What in the world? Okay. So roll zero's down there. Good God, I was upside down for minutes. Okay. So, nothing unforeseen should happen, I hope. I have to look again at the bolts and everything. Matter of fact, before we get a radio contact, which we're still in radio contact, obviously, you are way in there. So, I want to know a few things. First, give me a battery check. Still good. I don't have a V. So 0 V. So meaning, if I were to turn this to 2, it does nothing. All because I remember they tell me to shut that off. The main 2 battery is shut off. And they tell me to get some rest. Well, yeah, that was pretty funny. I was upside down for the last 20 minutes or so. So you are here. I'll make radio contact again until we reach around there at sunrise. Should anything unforeseen happen. We'll move up the time scale at the moment. Let me check a few things. And also keep the roll at 0. Not 180, which is apparently what I was doing this whole damn time. So it's a wonder how these mission control folks by saying, Lord Master, here, and they're saying, yeah, Lord Master, I read you. Did you know that your capsule is upside down? And then I'm like, upside down? Oh, really? I didn't feel like it. I mean, do they? Even though with the camera pressure and everything? I mean, is it possible, like, when you have this thing upside down this entire time, do you feel being upside down? I mean, again, I'm not a real life astronaut, so I'm only have impressions of it, a little bit of familiarity. I've seen plenty of documentaries and videos and such to know how all this works and such. I'm just looking at things. Okay, now let's make some adjustments back again. Roll it back now. Ooh, there. No, turn this way. Yeah, around there. And look up. Now be careful when you abuse that manual fuel. And if you wish to, you can go back to normal mode and then it'll make adjustments on its own, but I'd rather not use too much auto fuel and keep up with the manual, which I have about roughly 70% fuel for manual. So nothing should happen much, so let's go to time scale times 20. Look at I go. I'll make adjustments again. Keep it at retrograde altitude. There you go. Now speed up again. Coming up to sunrise soon. Hang on. Oh, there's the sunrise now. And I didn't get a good look at it. Because of where the hell is everything? Just only gonna move around a bit to know where the hell's the Earth. Yeah, there it is. Oh, there. Oh, there. Stop, 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 stop. There you go. You're upside down again. Way to go, you dummy. Now we gotta find this big orange bastard that they called a sun. There you are. How much fuel did I spend on that fuel adjustment? Almost 50. You better quit fiddling around with that thing. Just let it be, alright? I'm gonna be out of radio contact for a long time for that. At least nobody knows what the hell I'm doing up there. Let me take a drink. It's water. Keep that well in mind. I'll make one last few adjustments and then I will increase the type spill speed again. And then at next radio contact with them, I'm gonna have to ask them for another battery check. Which again, I'm getting a little, I don't know. But I know that I've been abusing the heck out of the manual fuel. Hope nobody minds. It's just as long as auto does its job to keep it at retrograde altitude, instead of me trying to intervene in it, I'm kind of more interested in sightseeing. Turn a little. Just want to turn towards the relative direction of where I'm going so I can follow it. You got it. Roll it back into place now. Even though this is not retrograde attitude, it's just I need to see things. Okay, speed it up. 10 times speed. Did they tell me to turn the lights back on when we contacted? Ah, yes. You might as well get rid of the red lights right now. Run the pre-day checklist, even though it's already day at this point. So, photo light on. Photo light. Tired of seeing red. Red scope filter is on. Well, it was never on the red scope the entire time. I thought that periscope was being a little screwy on me when it was night earlier. Now, continue. About to meet with them. That's Canton Island. But we're also at Gym Range, are we not? The radio station Gym. That's the wrong radio station. Damn it. Guess you gotta move a little closer to that. There we go. Good morning. Feel free to take a final peek of that sunrise. How do you feel? Look, the Lord Master in me would say, I don't know. I was kind of fiddling around with the manual control a lot this whole time. And then, now they knew the upside down part. Anyways. Feeling good up here. Being weightless seems to have no impact on my performances. I guess. Roger, the flight surgeon is analyzing the data. Roger, all fine up here. For the most part. I was upside down for 20 minutes and then trying to figure out where the hell am I and all that. Okay. So, Orbit 2 will be planning to retrograde and splash down the Atlantic, so that means we'll be going around orbit again. And if you need to make adjustments, well, stop spending so much fuel. You spent nearly half of it this first orbit. Just stop messing around, alright? And if it gets low, switch back to auto. And so that way, maybe during the second half of the journey around the world, that will switch back to auto, and then it'll go to retro attitude as it should on its own, instead of me trying to be precise on everything. You might as well just stop bothering. So I'm looking at the Baja right now, and over there that's Mexico. California over there, Arizona over there. The flight surgeon wants you to take a blood test sample. blood test sample? How do I do that? Press start on the blood test and then let it run for 30 seconds. For a blood pressure check. Blood pressure check. How do I do that? Unless it's just one of those things you gotta do on your own. Unless you have to message the Capcom. Or they tell me to wait 30 seconds unless there's a thing somewhere that... Oh, wait a minute. Blood press? Is this it? So what that does? I never pressed that before in my past Mercury missions. Although that's what the blood press is for. Blood press, blood pressure. Ah, I get it. Duh. They never taught me that during training. Gotta be somewhere around there. You know, regarding blood pressure. It's gotta be way over 30 seconds. Stop. Okay, yeah, you're supposed to press stop. Thanks. And the next orbit will perform the retrograde and return back to Earth. See you at C and V. C and V. It's over there. In next orbit, as in we're gonna go around the world one more time and we'll go through this whole thing again. But this time, stop messing around. You've already seen the world, so there's no need for you to make any turns, except, where am I? I am over Texas. And I am looking at Texas. Again, I've always wondered what blood press means, but I get it now. It's blood pressure. And there's the switch for that. Way to go, Lord Master, you goof. Now you know exactly what that does. And plus, you took way over 30 seconds of blood pressure. That was a minute long blood pressure check. Which nobody in their right mind would want to do that, but they're gonna think, okay, we have the reading, turn it off now. They should have just contacted me. It was like, okay, we got the blood pressure, just turn it off now. And then, that. Okay. Should make, no, we'll make contact with LGL. That's not it. We're getting radio station C and V. Hey, all you fine people down there. That's Louisiana. Welcome back to the Cape. We are glad to see you and congratulate completing a full orbit. This is a huge achievement for the program. Thank you. Earth is sure beautiful from this altitude. I'm scheduled for the last Mercury mission. Looking forward to getting into orbit. Anyways, manually return to retrograde attitude and then set to ACS2 auto. Okay, so remember 0, 0, 0. So that means the pitch here must go to 0 like that. And the yaw has to be 0 up here. Okay, just around there. And then the roll has to be kept down. If that was what they were trying to tell me. Because that's 180. This is 0, 0, 0, 0. Alright, switch to ACS normal. And return the gyros to normal. Roger. And then I'll just set it back to the way it was and push all these back in. There we go. It'll just be using automatic fuel now. Let it do its thing. Oh, by the way, battery check again. For main, which is 1, obviously. Everything is good. Using up quite a bit, huh? Even though time to retrograde is not only until an hour and 20 minutes. So next objective is none at this moment. This is Cape Canaveral. That's what that is. You can go up the time scale now. It's 10. So we're due for another orbit, so I don't think there's much to do now. Unless something unforeseen happens. Go times 20. And time will go back to normal should something come up. So we'll go around the orbit around the Earth again. One hour to retrograde. Okay, faster. Times 100. And of course you can see, because you know the video's going a bit long, so it's time to speed things up. We've done all the little tests and everything. Okay, hold on. We are 30 minutes from retrograde. Prepare the cockpit by following 2 minutes 30 as part of pre-retro checklist. Cooling the cockpit interior before reentry. You got it. Pre-retro. So we gotta keep things cold in here. Suit temperature 7, cabin 7. Converter temperature 7. And then at 15 minutes, for retrograde, switch these fuses. Okay, up we go again. Slow down. I didn't even bother turning the lights red. Just gonna do things right. For 10 minutes, which is complete the pre-retro checklist. Alright. Just in case. It may not mean much, but I like to get ahead. Maintain retro altitude either auto or manually, but trust me, I've done enough of the manual stuff. Because I don't want to turn this craft upside down and looking it the wrong way. Otherwise, when I set it back to auto, it's going to use up quite a lot of fuel. Which that would be vital for reentry. So start the retro checklist at when? 5 minutes to retrograde light when it turns on. Got it. 20 times speed now. Don't go too fast. Normal speed. Okay. Just prepare yourself. 5 minutes retro light. It will be illuminated. Just want to mentally prepare myself. That's why I'm buying myself a couple of seconds for this. You just passed over Hawaii. Retro secret starting. Verify that the capsule is ready. And prepare to follow the retro checklist on ignition. Read that again. At 0, the light should go green for these two things. It should occur automatically. If not, then I'll have to press it myself. Do not hesitate. And then 20 seconds afterwards, you get a retro warning to light and all that. Still contact Hawaii. Real quick, I want to look at the battery check again. Used up quite a bit of the first battery. Same for third. Standbys are at 100, which you can switch that when it's in isolate battery. It's still normal. I guess the only thing that that failed or malfunctioned or whatever is that faulty battery tube behind me. Which again, of all my past space flights, even when I was doing some free play on myself, whenever I'm not recording, I never had a single failure on me. But hey, it's not a total loss. 3 minutes. Again, I'm just trying to mentally prepare myself while I check a few real life things here. One minute of retrograde. Okay. Oh yeah, one more thing. Suit temperature is now 70 degrees and a PSI. So still at 5.5 as continuity with the cabin pressure. Four, three, two, one. And then there's the tail light screen. And then at 20 seconds, you will hear the warning light. And then fire retro, amber while firing. And then green once completed, so do it now. Show secrets. No, you idiot. Fire. You pressed that manually, even though it was working fine. Hope that slight hesitation doesn't cost me. Roger. Retros are firing. Okay, now reentry checklist. Run it quick. Wait, before you press that button on the jets and retro. Now, don't wait till it's too late. Prepare for Genesis following reentry checklist. You will soon re-enter. Retro Genesis is green. Roger, we see the same. Exit. Prepare for entry interface. So, descent starts. Just gotta wait for 05G. And for future reference, start that while we're still in real contact. And while you're at it, we gotta wait for the initial atmospheric drag at 05G. You're gonna make the altitude check 76, 78.4. Yeah, we're going down little by little. It'll take its time. Not like the suborbital where it's just up and down. But instead, it's gonna take a while. I mean, we did a retrograde over to the over to that part of the Pacific Ocean, and it'll take a while. And we'll make splashdown the Atlantic, hopefully. Keyword hopefully, because don't want to hit at somebody's beach. Should we land somewhere? Altitude check. It's gonna take a while. Just be patient. I mean, we'll definitely, you know, like I think we might begin over New Mexico or over Texas, and then by the time we're out of reentry, then we should be splashing down around there. Or there. That's where they're predicting, because that's when the it says okay, the orbiting stops there. So this is the area where I'm expected to make splashdown. But adjustments could be made. Over to Baja. As we're still awaiting atmospheric drag. How about temperature? There seems some off-scale temperatures. Cabin temperature is low, as it should. We should have it prior to re-entry. Descent is 3.5 feet per second. It's taking a while. While this takes its time. Oh boy. No, that's incorrect. Today's Wednesday. Refresh that. Again, checking my weather in real life. Oh, heck. I'll check. Where are we? I just finished checking the weather. Oh, it should happen momentarily. 05G should happen at around below that, I believe. Or does it have to be, just that? Just hang on, because it's about, the descent is now soon to be 5 feet per second, I think. It was like 10 per second. Is it like, does that mean feet, or is that, just wondering how that is, because me and my math, which honestly never really good at. Even though one of their qualifications asked is that you've got to know math. You've got to know such things. So also, plus I'm way off of when does the retrograde begin? So, it should start momentarily now. Keep checking. 5 nautical miles, and twilight's not yet green for it to begin. Or maybe it starts at 50. Oh, here we go. 0.5G detected. Entry interface started. Roger. Verify reentry attitude and that the ACS is working. Prepare to take over manual control during entry is needed. We'll see you inside the atmosphere. Enjoy the ride. Okay. So the rate indicator shows the second roll rate, which is what it's doing right now, the roll. So take manual control. You just pull this switch here if something unforeseen happens. Like say if for some reason that this capsule is becoming a bit off-center to what you're looking at, and you need to reel it back towards, the center of it. Oh, accidentally turn on the flashlight. G's building up. Gotta get through the atmosphere now. Remember, take manual control when needed if I see something that doesn't look right with me based on the way we're entering. Stay towards the middle. If it starts to go off a bit, take over. Which means I have to use the thruster to keep it down in the center. Like if you're out of that little circle, so to speak, if you're out of that, then there's going to be problems. Better have faith in the auto. If it doesn't, take over. Quickly. Good. Just look directly at it. That's the key. Hurley. Oh my god, I'm gonna hit land. I'm not gonna make splashdown on land, I'm gonna splash down on land. I just don't realize that now. Because I was looking at the little map, I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't right. Oh. We're out of here now. And I'm apparently not gonna make splashdown onto the water, but on land. Which, that's never happened to me before. This is Blackjack, do you read? This is Blackjack 1, do you read? Loud and clear, Blackjack 1. I think we have a problem. We're gonna hit the coast, I think. So, before 30,000 feet. Can't see external right now. But I know that, we're gonna slam on the ground on the coast. But we'll see how it looks, once we deploy the drogue. It's not because of my slight hesitation. Maybe I should have waited a little. Or whatnot. Okay, drogue is out. I mean, that's one thing. Roger, prepare for the main. Just pull the snorkel just to, you know, make sure. Keep forgetting about that part. Main is out. What a beautiful sight. Seems like the rest of the batteries are holding. No issues. And once again, you created history. This is a huge achievement. You're scheduled for 2 more flights. Creating your direction. There's one problem. I'm gonna... Where am I? The map says 1,000 feet. Where's the coast? Is this the Gulf of Mexico? Is this the like? This is a yes. No, we do not have a visual yet. Roger, Noah. 1 second. Okay, we have a visual. But we're still quite far. We estimate to be there in about 20 minutes. Sorry. Forgot to do these things. I was just a little dumbfounded. In fact, let me get one final check of the map. Where the hell am I to be exact? So, yeah, that's a very good question. Where the hell am I? You can't see it in that kind of view anymore. So I'm either in the Gulf of Mexico or the Atlantic, but I have no visual on any coast. Either that or the map was being screwy on me during the descent, but damn thing don't lie to me. But nevertheless, it's just once you make splashdown, which will be a successful one, then we're good. It's just had a little scared there. So yeah, that video went longer than usual. Sometimes at my own behest. Here we go. And splashdown. Sure good to be home. Roger, great work. That's another first for you. I'm sure you'll catch up, Patrick. Score is 2-0. You bet I will. I'll share with you. This is Andrew Hughes. Signing off. 3 hours and 17 minutes. That's how long that was. Did we even splash down to the right place? That's the real question. There you go. So, the program had a huge achievement in your previous flight, and you had to become a national hero. It's time to get up again. Your next flight will have 6 orbits. So, for the next video, I'm gonna have to, do all this now. So, in the next video, big plans are developed for the next phase of NASA. It was announced by the President we shall travel to the moon by the end of this decade. Things are wrapping up and moving fast. And new space programs are developed to reach this goal. One of the remaining tasks is to learn how long durations of weightlessness or zero G-force affects the astronauts. Your task is to start the types of missions with a slightly longer mission than previously tried. Your goal is 6 orbits, followed by medical tests to see how it's affected you. We'll do all that in the next video for this campaign for Project Mercury and such. So we'll see what happens here and on all that and more. So we'll see you in the next video, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you people enjoyed it. So long for now.